What's up, guys? Today let's talk about how to control player movement in your 2D games using Godot. There are a lot of ways you can move your character, but here I'll cover some of the most common player movement types that you can customize and elaborate upon. Let's go! For all of the examples in this video, we'll be using a character body 2D node with a sprite 2D and a collision shape 2D as its children. Additionally, I've gone ahead and set up the inputs in the input map under project settings. Here I've got left, right, up, down, and click. That should cover everything we need for now. Let's add a script to our character body 2D to get started. For the first example, we'll be looking at 8-way movement. This type of movement is called 8-way because in addition to being able to move up, right, left, and down, the player can also move in diagonal directions by holding down 2 keys at once. The first thing we need to add to our script is the speed at which we want the player to move. We can go ahead and pull out the ready and process functions for now since we don't need them. Now we'll implement a function called getInput that will react when the player presses a key on the keyboard. We'll use getVector to get the input direction so we know which direction the player should move. Then we can set the velocity equal to the input direction times speed. Now to make sure our script is actually listening for input and moving the player, we'll set up a physics process function. Here, we'll call our getInput function and the moveAndSlide function, which will make the character body 2D move along the velocity vector we defined in getInput. If we run the scene, we'll see we can slide the character around in any direction and also move diagonally by holding 2 directional keys at the same time. Now, let's adapt our script to allow for rotation and movement. With this method, pressing left and right rotates the character, while up and down moves it forward or backward in whatever direction it's facing. We'll start by adding variables for rotation speed and rotation direction. Now we can adapt our getInput function by setting the rotation direction when pressing the left and right keys, and setting the velocity along the x-axis when pressing the up and down keys. Finally, we need to apply the rotation within the physics process function by multiplying the rotation direction, rotation speed, and delta time. Now, if we run the scene, we'll be able to move with the up and down keys while rotating the character using the left and right keys. When combining 2 directions, instead of moving in a diagonal like the last example, the character now moves in a circle. We can adapt this movement technique to use the mouse to set its direction really easily. To do this, we'll remove the rotation direction and rotation speed variables. We can also remove the rotation statement in the physics process function. Then, under getInput, we can use the lookAt method to have the character always look at the position of the mouse pointer by passing in getGlobalMousePosition. When running our scene, you can see that the mouse position now determines the direction of player movement. The last type of movement we'll cover in this video is click and move. With this method, clicking on the screen will cause the player to move to the target location. We'll start by defining a variable for the target location we want the character to move to. Now we'll use the input method to catch the input event. We'll check that the event was a mouse click as we defined earlier in our project settings. If so, we'll set the target variable to the position of the mouse pointer when the click occurred. Now we can remove the getInput method from physics process and define our velocity vector using the direction2 function, passing in the target coordinates and multiplying times the speed we want the character to move. To avoid making the character jitter when it gets too close to the destination, we'll add a condition to check that it's far enough away before calling moveAndSlide. Now we can run the scene and the character will move to the position on the screen where the mouse was clicked. If we want to make the character look at the target position, we can simply call lookAt and pass in our target variable. Now we have the character moving towards the mouse click and rotating to face the target as well. That's all I've got for today, guys. I hope you found this video helpful, and until next time, thanks so much for watching.